looks good. Welcome to Lockdown Workshop. Right, it's a Kickr again, another Kickr. They seem to do quite well, these Kickr videos. So we'll see how this one fares. This one's a bit of a, that's weird, it's plastic. Well, I never. Didn't know that. That's completely different to the new ones. It's no wonder they make a very bloody noise. So this is a Kickr, not a Kickr core or anything. It's a Kickr. It's a V2. You can tell it's a V2 because of the shape of the handle there. It doesn't have a through hub adapter on there, and but it does do 11 speeds. Another thing with these that made them a little bit unique compared to later models is they did not have a cadence sensor, which threw me a bit. So as you can see, this is quite an oldish one. It's seen better days. It's playing up, it's been really noisy. There was a question mark as to whether or not the erg was working. Power was reporting okay, but they weren't getting any automatic gradients when the erg turns on to a, you know, if you're riding to a Zwift map. So as you go up the hill, it feels like you're pedaling harder, and as you go downhill, it feels like you're pedaling easier if you use it in the same gear. It wasn't clear whether that was or wasn't working. It might have been the routes that they were on, or there was some confusion talking to the owner as to whether or not they got a workout going, in which case then you won't feel it, you just feel what's on the workout. But I have had a couple of people reporting back that they're following the workouts that I'm sending them through Training Peaks, and it doesn't appear to be working. I have established that this turbo trainer is working. I have put it on Training Peaks myself. I did send myself a program and I did feel it clamp on. It is slow, and I think that was the thing with these, that they weren't as quick as the later ones, and the later ones are even quicker. So I've got a V4, I've got two V4s, and they both go on quick enough. You know, it's like half a second on, half a second off, and maybe a full second to implement the full power, but you feel it within half a second, which is actually quite a long time. I think the later ones are a bit faster. The other thing that this was reporting is that it sounds like a Chinook landing, which seems to be a common term used. We do get the odd Chinook flying over, and I can confirm they do absolutely sound, because of that sound you get with the two props and the constructive and destructive interference of the sound waves. When a bearing is going in a turbo, it does sound like a bloody Chinook's coming over you. I don't know if you can hear that. There's about a millimetre, half a millimetre of play. I can hear it. So when I went on it, it was quite noisy. These were noise. No, let me rephrase that. These aren't as quiet as the V4 and later models. So they were infinitely quiet than everything else around at the time when these came out. But compared to today's turbos, with the Tax Neos and the latest Kickrs, they weren't quiet, let's just say, but they weren't noisy either compared to the stuff that was around at the time. But today's stuff, the Neos and the Goose, they are silent. All you hear is the chain noise now. You don't hear anything else. You hear these wind up. Now it might be because I've discovered that this thing's plastic, so I didn't realise that, but I've had a look at the drive belt. The drive belt looks okay. I do have drive belts, but whether or not the standard drive belt I use as a replacement fits on this, I don't know. But the main focus is about, let's just swap these bearings out. I do have a set of bearings. If I can find them. I did have a set of bearings, here we go. It's something we've done earlier. So this always gets asked. There are two bearings. You need Class C bearings for this. So C3 bearings, which is the right amount of play, and also you need the ZZs as well. So these are metal shielded higher temperature bearings. Weirdly though, the bearings I've taken out, even though this is the specification that they tell you need, the bearings I've taken out have usually been SR or SRR, I can't remember, but the ones with the rubber seals. These, so you'll see it as ZZ or 2Z, same thing, C3 bearing, that's the tolerance of the amount of play that's in them. Bearing size wise, the bearings that are for that, if these are the same, because these bearings are for the V4, but Google says that the V2 has the same bearings. We will find out shortly. So this is the one that mainly goes, this is the one that's taken all the weight. That is a 6003 ZZ or 2Z C3, right? I'm using Dunlop bearings, these aren't cheap. I have used some of the other the Oki bearings, Oko, whatever, and there's a couple of the Japanese bearings you can use as well. They're not cheap. That set of bearings there to buy from the cheapest place I could find was about 20 something pounds. So with I think the whole lot with the band, so that's the band I have, which I can check against this one because it's got the dimensions on there, but I'll need to go and look up the dimensions of that band. It might be that it fits, it might be that it doesn't fit. But anyway, if you put that lot together, that lot there is about 40 quid in total. So, and I think these are the more expensive ones. I think there's close to 20 quid's worth there, and then there's 20 quid's worth there. So, but we'll see. I need to go and look it up because obviously I'm going to have to charge H for the bearings on this one. Don't be buying cheap shit bearings for this. This thing weighs a ton. You stick some cheap ceramic bearings in there, it's just going to eat them alive. You put some cheap normal bearings in, even ones that I bought from the UK that aren't these higher tolerance ones. First thing that's going to happen, this is going to get hot. All the grease is going to run out of it, and then it's going to fail. So. Right, so we need to start tearing it down. To get it off, you've got to take this cap off here, which you're going to need a pokey picky thing, possibly. I am going to try something, because they do fall out. Now, most of the time they fall out. It's kind of an annoying thing they do, but let us see if we can get it to come out with a bit of persuasion. Trouble is, this is a bit. Oh, nearly got it. Oh, you swine! Might have to try a bit of washing up liquid. The problem is this is slightly deformed and it's a matte finish as well. So it's just lifting up. So I'm having to go pull it out quickly. Let's see if I've got a better one in here. And that's a bit deformed as well. What we can do is try a bit of grease on it. There we go. That's how you do it. Don't get in there with that. That's your last resort. It will always leave a mark. Let's put that back in here. So I'm only going to change those bearings because this is an old unit and those bearings in there don't appear to have a problem. So we will get that out. That looks like a 17. 17. Is it a 17? No, it's not. I bet it's a 19. It is a 19. No, 19. Right, oops. There we go. Flipping hair. I can't remember how I jammed this last time. Or did I just whack it with a hammer? It might have been up in the other workshop last time I did this, which case I might have put the jugger on it. Yeah, probably did. That does it. You just got to shock it to they're off. It's not on tight. I think they are I can't remember whether they are or they aren't an interference fit. So just bear with me while I turn this round. Aha, no, they're not. I think they're a keyed fit. There we go, we're out. So just be careful, there is a key in there, and just remember that there are a couple of washers to go on there. There's another washer on there, and the bearing is hiding behind there. So we're going to have to get that out and pull it out from the other end. Inspection wise, everything looks okay. Now these are slightly different. On the new ones, I think that that's pressed into here. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. Ah, yeah. Right. So there is a sensor there that picks that tab up, whereas on the new ones, the sensor's on there. So there's it's like a Hall effect, but it does it with light instead of magnets sensor. And there's a 4-quadrant white and black thing on there, but that's just counting one revolution. Because to calculate power, you've got to have mass and how much it's being accelerated to calculate the power. So it looks like we've got to get all this lot off. So that is slightly different than the other one. This is where I need a chest cam. Let me just drop all that in there so we don't lose them and knock them on the floor, because we will. Right, I'm going to have to try and work around this. Get the Allen keys out. Right. Just keep an eye on these because they're all different sizes. There's some to do on the other side as well. They're on normal Phillips. And in there as well. Something in there. There is something in there. Hold on. Aha. Don't know if I do need to take this off, but it's coming off. Another one down there. Yep. Best thing ever, that light they've put on the Anybody see where that went? Don't even know how that fell out of there. Right, there are some more bits on the other side, so I need... I was looking for tools again. All the tools I'm looking for have the same coloured handles as the Allen keys. Right, it's not the right size, I need the smaller one, but I can't see it. I might need to take that off because I can't get to that without there. Nope. Nope. Yep. How many Allen keys? Come on, Zwift. I mean, Wahoo. So it looks like the handle's coming off as well now. Plastic as well. It's all metal in the new one. Well, so the new one, the V4 I've got. Couldn't comment about the 5. So I think the 5 is pretty much identical to the 4, apart from they added a Wi-Fi connection, LAN connection to it. But the Basically the actual platform of it I think is pretty much the same. So look at the circuit board. Shut that down there. Right, now I can get to that. Really no, I can't see that screw in there. Right. Chuck that on the floor. Right, that's you out. Ugh, half a dead animal in there. Right, let's turn the lights on. I can't see bloody God on here. That's the wall. Look the size I've got. Yep. That's a bit better. So that was for the tension, which we're going to have to ease off anyway. It's weird, they don't have or do they have it? They do have an adjuster. So what we'll do is we'll just fasten that back up, so I didn't need that off. We could have slackened that off. Just going to walk it off here. It's going to let me. There we go. Be interesting to see if that is the same size as the other ones. Let's just have a look, see if it's worn. It looks okay, teeth are worn, but it's right. So just check the bearings on this. Now there's no load on it. They sound okay. No great issues there. Bit of a weird one because they've got potentially the capability to do a through axle on this, but they never. It's got that on it, and even the adapter kit is actually a plug kit that goes on the outside, and this stays here and it fills the gap into the frame, and then you still use a quick release skewer. Yeah, it's loose on that one. So we're just going to work out how that one comes off now. Well, what I can't tell is that looks like it's screwed on. So we're going to have to unscrew that. Right, let me go and get some tools. I might have a quick Google that. Right, we've returned to the scene of the crime. I'm spinning it around actually. So I'm guessing that that's thread locked on. Looks like somebody might have had a go at getting it off before as well, other than me. Gently heating that up and trying to keep the frame small so I don't melt anything through there. I do need to check these bearings here because I'm not sure that they're brilliant either, so I've got to be careful. There is a lot of plastic around here and I don't want to melt any of it. That's got a bit warm already, so we just need to be a bit careful there. We don't want to deform anything, but that should be nice and toasty hot now. Now what I'm going to do, and I'm taking a bit of a risk on this one, is I'm going to, actually no, I can't do that because I've put the I put heat on it, haven't I, and I don't want to melt that. Basically I need to grip this somehow. Now I don't think I've got any sockets, even the starry ones that are going to work with this. Nope, it's going to be bigger than that. No, that's too loose. No, it's just on the off chance we've got something that bites it, but we haven't. I haven't got any other fancy sockets we can use with that. That was going to be why one get out of jail. Now, if I was replacing the drive band, what I might have done would be to, that's very warm around there, would be to put this over it. I mean, it's rubber, so it should be able to take the heat, to be honest. And then what we'll do is we'll grip this on here. Right, so that's jammed against there. That's going to come off. So I need to turn that way, which is going to wind that into there, which I don't want it to do that. It's a bit of a pisser. Right. I'm just going to have to grip it with my hands then, aren't I? Right. Oh, I left the flywheel behind. Right. What we can try, rather than go walk all the way down for the flywheel, I could try the double nut method. Which, to be honest, I was going to have a go at that anyway, but it's whether or not I've got any nuts that are big enough. On the face of it, doesn't look like I have, so I'm going to have to go and get the flywheel and then put the brace around the flywheel. Right, bear with. Right, should we start again? Right, keyway. Right, so that's at 12 o'clock. Straight on. That's what we like to see. So I was kind of hoping I'd be able to get a socket on it, then I could use the rat-a-tat-tat gun to tappy it off. So we're recording all that. Right, hopefully getting this installed. I'm just trying a different method. Right, so we could try grabbing it from this side so it jams against there rather than that, because they're a bit sus at the moment. They're looking a bit minging. Don't feel graunchy, but I'm going to have to have a look at them. Right, where were we? Right, and I'm going to see if we can clamp that on there. I don't think we're gonna. Oh, we might be. Oh, we might be in there. As soon as I. No, it's just that's in the wrong place. That really needs to. Should we just take that off? I think that's probably the best thing, isn't it? That's a 5. Because it's on a tightener anyway, so it can only go back in one place, and we probably ought to readjust it anyway, just in case it has got some slippy. Right, let's see how that goes. Kind of a, oh, it's, you couldn't make this in shit up, could you? Oh, actually, I might be alright, because it might still grab it. No, I've got to be careful, it's going to end up shredding that belt if I'm not careful. And we do not want to damage the belt. Right, think of something else. I've got to find ideally something that will get on one of those. So that one looks like it might. Yes. Bingo. Right, so luckily that's got quite deep teeth in it, and it did settle, so you can see we've not marked any of them, so that's okay. That's got that off. It looks like there's still a bit of warmth in there, so if there was any thread locker on there, it has loosened it off, though it doesn't look like there was. So yeah, you might have been knocked that off with a drift and just shock it off, but you've got to be really careful, because with those, because they're on a rubber belt, any marks, I mean, it looks like somebody's had to go getting it off before, so I'm gonna have to be a bit careful with them. But good news is that's off, so we can take this off again now. Hopefully we should be able to drive the. I'm going to do all this up here now, because I've got better equipment up here. So put that down over there, put that down over there, rescue that before I lose it, stick it to that, so just in case. Right, I think this comes that way, so just put that on there a little bit. Go and get something that's it. It looks like it has a bit of rust in there, but that bearing feels okay. There's a bit of play in it. It's definitely been warm. That bearing. There's a bit of play on that bearing too. So I'm kind of, if I've got the right size bearings, I'm tempted to just replace them anyway. Right. Rather helpfully, it doesn't say what size bearings they are. Oh, it's got it written on the outside. Oh, here we go. What is it? They are a 603 2RSH. Right, so they are the right ones. Alright, let's try the right. There are many ways we can knock these off. It's working out the best one. I think if we put anything over it, that shaft's got to be able to get through there, and that one can't. But there might be enough. The thread definitely goes through, so it might be enough to loosen it off, but have we got anything there? It's the biggest one of these we've got. No, that one will go over it. What about that one? Oh, that'll do it. We're going to have to think of something when we put this back on, because whatever we put in's got to press on that bit there. So that bit there, not that bit there. Just screw that back on so we don't damage the threads. Could have pressed it out, to be honest. Right, so what I'm looking for here is any evidence that this has spun on the shaft, but we're looking good. Right. No, that's it. We've hit rock bottom. We need a tube now. Oh, look at that. This is actually quite good, because I think it might support. Right, this last bit we're just going to have to get it. That's it, we're out. One out. Right, so shaft looks okay. So that's good. Right, just got to knock that out of there. What are we going to shove in? Let's have a look. Will that one do? Right. Improvise, Mark, improvise. That one I'll do. Oh. Well, there you go. Right, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to press this one in after we've got the other one in. So that wants to go in there, and then we can press that one in. So we've got two bearings. Let's have a feel of them. They don't feel bad. I mean, but there was play. There was definitely play. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of play in that one, so stick the new bearings in. Right, so this wants to go on here, but we've got to put it on so it doesn't damage that, so we need a piece of pipe that's the same diameter as that. Well, we might as well put a bit of grease on here as well, and oh, not grease, oil. Now I've remembered where I put my oil can. Right. This is one of those ones where you could probably do with putting the shaft in the fridge. Right, so I'll go for a size down on that one. Perfect. Right, so we'll knock this one in as far as we can. Yes, I could use the press. In fact, I'm probably going to have to use the press. I can't remember. What do we got? And there. So what we might have to do is do it like that, I think. And we will do it like that, because that edge there, as long as that is touching that, then we should be okay. Now I do need to protect the thread, so we'll put that on there, and then hopefully this is I actually bought this for doing kickers, just for doing kickers. Probably might have to raise it up a bit actually. We might run out of stroke on this, so we might need to go. Actually, we haven't got another hole to go up, so we'll have to see what is the stroke length on this. Stroke length 165mm, so it might be all right. I don't like the way that's pushing. Oh, I see what the problem is. There's a shoulder. And that'll have been what we hit with the thing too, so long as I get that sort of there, I think we're going to be all right. Once we get it through the shoulder, I can just nip them in. Right, that's it. Now we know we're good. You still recording? Yep. Be quite good if I could get a little hydraulic pump for this and plug it into the mains. Well, I guess they have a whole load of safety switch gear and stuff like that that I would be missing. Right, that's it, snugged. Right. So, same thing again, just put a bit of schnizzle on there. That's it, nice. So we're going to have a similar problem on this side with the bearing, because we've got to get it on the shaft. And as we've already seen, the shaft is quite tight. So I think it goes in there okay, but doesn't necessarily go on the shaft very well. So I think we flip it over, bolt the flywheel on, rest it on the flywheel, and then that should keep that spindle in there. I think that's a plan. I mean, I could just put something. No, I will do that, because then I know I'm not going to be. Yeah. Chances of me getting that in there, 0. Right. Getting a bit overwhelmed here. This is where the free hub comes off. As you can guarantee, if I tried to get it off, it won't come off. Right, so that should be on there. It is. So all I need now is just actually top tip. Use another bearing or two. Actually, that's not the right hammer for this. Ah. So I think I ought to switch to push in the middle, because it's this bearing is actually quite loose in there, so it's the middle I ought to be pressing down in hindsight. It would have been alright because I was hitting them anyway and they press on the inside, but I think we need go a little bit bigger than that. Next size up. That's the puppy. Right. Let's see where that's left us. Right, I can't feel any play in that, so I would probably say that that is good. We seem to be hard up against that. I'm just surprised there's no... It's just purely operating on an interference fit. Other than... Well, I guess that... Does that go against the... Does that completely screw hard up against that? No, you see, it doesn't. But that sounds... It's a little bit noisier, but that seems to be a lot smoother. It's not dragging. Right, there is one little thing we do need to do, and that's to just shock the bearings, just to unload them. So I think they're good. Right. There is one other thing we need to do. We just need to check the flywheel's balanced, because one of the things that I have seen on the Tinterweb about these is that a lot of them were sold with unbalanced flywheels. Now, this does look like it's been balanced, because I'll show you in a minute when I get the keyway in. That runs a lot better now. So I think the other bearing, when it was getting warm, was probably grabbing, because it was a lot tighter. Oh yeah, I was going to show you, wasn't I? Yes, this doesn't look like it's been balanced, because it's been drilled out there. See? That's not balanced. So the heavy spot is there somewhere. Which is where it was drilled out. So I'm tempted just to give that a little bit more. Nope, that'll not do it. That's the one after. Alright, let's just give this one a quick break. Forgot to start you. So I've drilled out another little hole next to it, and it's a lot better now. Right, so if that's the heavy point, if I bring this up here, see what happens. That's interesting, it's going that way this time. The idea was I'm looking for is when I stop it, it stops. Right, so that's going down, 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 down. It is stopping, so the heavy point looks like it's there. So if we move that to there and then let go of it, see what happens. That's holding now. See, the trouble is you've got bearing drag as well, so right, we'll see what happens when it stops. Where it stops, nobody knows. Spinning really nice now. What we're looking for now is if it goes back. Yeah, so it's probably a little bit heavy somewhere around this area, because it could be heavy there. And it's just getting to a point where the weight's not enough to keep it moving, so the heavy bit might be there. So I think it's marginal now, but it's certainly better than what it was. So we'll stick this in, fasten it up, and then we might go and give it a quick whirl on the old turbo. Right, so that's that one done. Apparently the testers. Oh, that sounds alright. I can hear a little bit of a click, but that could be anything. Right. What I will do is I'll just give this a quick tweak once I get that located so it's right on the teeth. That'll do. Perfect. Right, so the only thing we've got to check now is these here, whether there's anything wrong with them. Are you still, yes, you're still. Good quality Chinesium split ring removers, because they've gone rusty already. Ooh, that's mullered. They are a bit rough, aren't they, those? Let's have a quick look what we've got in here. I don't think these are them. And I don't think I've got any of them. So what we might do is just see if we can polish those up a bit, because that won't have been helping, that'll have been making a bit of noise. Yeah, they've definitely eaten something at some point. Right, we will clean these up. You know where my cutting compound is. Yeah, they do like they've been spinning on the shaft a bit. So what we'll do is we'll just, if they're going to spin on there, we might as well give them a bit of oil to help them. Do need to wipe it off though. Mind you, these aren't as bad as the other ones. You shouldn't get any slippage in this because they are keyed, whereas the new ones aren't keyed. Right, they're a lot better now. So I just need to find out where I've lost the got two sets of bearings. Yes, we've got two sets of bearings. There we go, that's the one. That's what I was looking for. So I think we can retire back down to the house now to finish this one off. Just tighten that up. What I do need to do is have a quick tidy up. I'd call that a successful mission. Right, I will keep one of these as for reference. They are being tidy. Fantastic set this. Apart from I keep getting it stuck on something. Clear that. So you go in there, you go in there, and we've got another one somewhere. There we go. Job's a good one. Boom. Right, take them back down to the house with me. That can go in the bin, that can go in the drawer, that can go back on the rack. Hammers away. Oil up there. I turn that off just in case. Old bearings there. Right, I did want to give this a quick wipe down while we were here. They do get minging, these. Mine, I can't say anything because mine's, I would say, worse. There was something I wanted to address with this one though. It looks like something's made a home in it around the other side. Probably have to take that off again. Yeah, this definitely down there. It looked a bit minging. Oh yeah, they're spinning much better now, just for cleaning them off, and yeah, that should sound a lot better as well. Right, let's move on out. Do need to tidy up in here. I mean, rearrange everything. Oh, actually, we can put this on while we're here, can't we? Still sounds like a bag of spanners. Well, it sounds a bit quieter winding down. So you didn't hear it before, it was pretty noisy. Right. Just see how tight that might want tightening up, to be honest, as well. Right, there is no play. That's all I'm bothered about, because where there's play, there's a bearing that's going to fail, and when the bearings fail and they spin on the shaft, that's when it gets expensive, and I would put money you can't get a shaft for one of these. Right, off we go. Oh, you're a knobhead. Right, where were we? Right, let's start putting this back together. I think that sounds alright. Don't think we need to adjust that. I think we do need to give this a bit of a... no idea why it's what it's full of, but it's certainly full of it. Right. It'll do, can't bother to get it any cleaner than that. Right. Hopefully it'll all fit after it got a little bit warm. So I always do these up first, because these will locate it. Because if you do them up, they're a little bit more wayward, and then if you get them tight, then you might not be able to get these in. That's about the best thing I can give you as a tip with these. And the little retaining screws that go on the other side, the ones that pin things like that bit in. And there is another one to do under there as well, isn't there? Got about that one. Get it in without losing it. So you can't see that, can you? So there's another one down there that'll just nip that up. That's it, plough it through all them shite and she's all under there. Right, well, let's have a go at this. Now these are threaded, and there is a little brass insert, but they don't use that on the new ones. I did find the little screwdriver in the end, but the problem is these are a Phillips and this is a small posi. So I'm probably going to have to take this off anyway. I like the fact that you can pinch that, but I would rather spin it, to be honest. Which I guess I can do down there, but it's not the same as being able to get hold of all of that. I've got a funny feeling those things might be coming off at some point. That was not what I wanted to happen. Because I have no idea where that's just disappeared to. Hoping it's not disappeared inside. I bet it has. That's just disappeared inside the bloody cover. Might have dropped looking, it might have gone down there, but Sod's Law says that one's just gone, hit that and gone straight down that gap there. Oh, this is going to end up in tears. Gotcha. Right, now I'm going to work out how I can turn it over without the handle. Nothing to grab hold of, because everything I grab hold of is going to start spinning. How to look a complete dick on YouTube. You know, could have written the book on that one. Meanwhile, I've probably lost the little screw as well now. Oh no, it's not, it's here. Should have put that back in the cup. Right. Don't drop this one. Well, we already have once, but you'd have thought what I'd learned, being as it nearly dropped in. I'm just checking everything's connected up, bearing in mind some of this stuff was getting a bit wild, but no, that looks good. Give it a quick spin over, make sure nothing's grabbing the belt. Belt's tracking roughly in the middle. That sounds alright. We might have got away with this one. Alright. Right. Let's get the grip back on. Don't drop it. Probably wasn't the best one to start with. Again, we've got 3 bolts in 3 different positions, so don't over tighten them, or you might find you can't get one of them in. And I think it's quite a precision piece, this, even though it's plastic. Again, I'm trying to spin that blue thing. But you get a really good shot of my arm there, aren't you? The Kickr V2. Alright, well then. Kickr V2. The trouble is I can't test it. I've gone and taken my wife's bike back into the old dog grooming parlour. Might go and bother to go and get it. The trouble is none of mine have got quick release on, and you can't convert this to thingy, but that's actually sounding a lot better now it's getting bedded in. Let me just quickly, there we go, that's what I'm after. Sorry, Mark disappears again. Let's just give that a quick with the old IPA. You'll probably tell me you're not supposed to clean rubber with IPA. Well, I am cleaning Rubble's IPA, and you know what? It's cleaning up all right. Right, I think that's it. All we need to do now is obviously drop that one back in, and then go and stick it on and get it hooked up to. We use Training Peaks Virtual again, and I'll see if it's got that workout. I set it the other day on there, and we can give it a test, and then I can return to sender. Could drop it off tonight, to be honest. I think she's away on the piss with. I ought to know I coach her as well. I nearly said the thing I'm not supposed to say, one of my athletes, because we're not supposed to say that. I do coach the owner of this one. She's got my spare that I use for doing bike fits. So she's got a Kickr V4, borrowed my Kickr V4 at the moment, which I think she's rather liking because it's a significantly quieter. But we'll see how this one fares. Before I forget, let's put these back in the bearing box. No, let's just chuck them on top. Can't be bothered. Right, so let's pause the video and let's go and get the turbo trainer out. Boom! Missing something. Yeah, I know I'm not using a tool wrench, but it's only going on for a bit and then it's coming off again. Right, fat one there, fat one there. Well, this one's a bit sloppy. I don't like putting these on here because I always end up with it's not quite sat right because the gears and things move. I really don't want to screw up the free hub. That's okay. To be honest, that probably would have been alright for what we're going to do with it, but oops. That'll do. Just chuck them down there. Out of the way. Get this on. This is how easy it is to mount a. I think all these people are saying, oh, I don't like switching, taking my turbo trainer on and off. Right, I've not even got this in the optimal gear. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is. There you go. And as simple as that, and I've even got to take the time to take my skewer out because Helen didn't leave me with a skewer. There we go. Right. I don't know if you can see the TV. So I use Apple TV on my convert. It was actually Helen, who was turbo trainer, this is that converted me into it because I used to say, nah, polish it. I've seen it a couple of places and it just seems to have all sorts of problems, dropping turbos, Bluetooth not connected. No, absolutely brilliant now. Yeah, I got an updated FTP. Right, workouts. Oops, workouts. Refresh. I won't have any workouts on here today because I haven't put any on. But let's see if we can find the workout that I put on the other day. Oh, come on. It's the only thing with it. The controls are as fucking random as anything. Like custom workouts. All intensities. Well, actually, we don't need a workout. We've tested that, don't we? We just need a route to see how noisy it is. Try that. All over the place. Right, no cadence meter, no heart rate meter. That's fine. Come on, no, we don't want the Clark, we want that. Oh, come on. You see what I mean? But you're trying to navigate it with that touchpad thing in it. Yeah, I know, Crocs and clips. Oh, you swine. I've just dropped the chain. And it's not waxed either. Go on, bite. No, not going to. Oh, there's mucky hands. It's got brand new bar tape on me now. This is going to get all upset with me. Right, let me just clean my hands up. Right, sorry, the power did get dead. I knew it was running flat as well, I said I had to be quick. I've just got it hooked up to the power now just to do the close down. So I don't know how much you got. Yeah, it's banging out some power. It's definitely a lot quieter. So get out that big ring and into a little ring again. That front's not brilliant. Let's wind that up a bit. How big is that? Yeah, 500 watts, that'll do. No wrong with that. As you can hear, that is a lot quieter. The only thing you're hearing is the belt. Now, and that's because of the profile. They switched to a J-groove belt, not a with the ones that go that way, not that way. So that's why it's a lot quieter. Oh, hey, bit out of breath. Don't be all critical. I've done an FTP test this morning, and it's gone up. Right, I'm resisting the urge to put my foot on it to slow it down. No, but that's all right. That's all right. It's going okay. Like I said, there's something going on down here. I think it's either the chain on this or the cassette is mullered. I don't think it's the pause on the free hub because no, chain's okay. Like I said, I think it might be the free hub's worn out. Not the free hub, the cassette's worn out. That is what it's either one I picked up from a wheel that I've got of somebody, or it's one I've had on for the beginning. So that cassette's probably about 15 years old. It's a 6800 cassette altogether. If it's my old one, if it's somebody else's, then it's I don't know how old it is, or it is the free hub that's got an issue and it's jumping teeth. So I'll have to tell Ellen to just keep an eye on that. And if she gets out of the saddle and it jumps, then we need to dive into that and have a look at that. But I really don't want to rip that to pieces because I'm not sure you can get the free hubs for them, to be honest, because they are a funny design. So I'd probably end up cobbling something together. Interesting. But no, I don't think it is. I think looking at what it was doing when I looked down, I think it's jumping a cog, a tooth. So I think it's something going on with the drivetrain on there. But hey ho. Right, so all we've ended up doing is just replacing the bearings, tightening everything up, cleaning all crap out of it, and hopefully that's fixed it. The plays, as I said in the video that probably cut off, there's no play there before. I could rock that backwards and forwards quite substantially, so you can hear it's a lot quieter. I didn't think to video it when I tested it before, but it was like the whole room was shaking. The flywheel was just vibrating. So I have balanced it as well, so it could have been the balance was out, and it could have been the balance of being out that's mullered the bearings. So fortunately, like I said on the video, we've got away with it because it hasn't spun on the shaft, so all's good. But anyway, right, let's cut that short because there's too much fucking waffle going on. And there we go, a Kickr V2 bearing replacement and balancing flywheel, all in one video. Job is a good one. Probably not my best work on this one, but positive results, so we'll take that.